Hi everyone and welcome to Theme Park Worldwide. Well, I hope you're enjoying all the different vlogs here from our trip to Florida. We're having a brilliant time, aren't we?
Oh, we are having such a good time. If you haven't already, be sure to check out our vlogs prior to this one where we have had such a good time. I love coming to Disney World.
Now, along with that, of course, we filmed the full action-packed vlog from Magic Kingdom. Well, there was a certain ride that I didn't experience that day, and that is the newest attraction here, Tiana's Bayou Adventure. It opened here at Magic Kingdom back in June 2024. Obviously, our last visit here was February, and also it opened at Disneyland in November, and our last visit there was September. So I've actually missed out riding it yet. So today's going to be my first time riding the reimagined Splash Mountain into Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
I was on the app at 7 AM this morning getting a virtual queue. So if you aren't aware, if you are coming, you do need to get a virtual queue for Tiana's. You can't just join the regular line. So I was on there 7 AM this morning and got you on a virtual queue so we can go on there.
Yeah, so they do a 7 AM one outside of the park, and then they also do a 1 PM one where you need to be scanned in at Magic Kingdom and be in the park for 1 o'clock to then try and get a virtual queue. I'm not too sure how hard they are to get, but we managed to get it, like, didn't we? Which
yeah,
is
I
good.
was on there bang on 7 AM and I got it, so it was all good.
So thanks, Charlotte. Now, obviously, Charlotte isn't going to be able to ride it today.
I know, but I can ride it later in the year, so it's absolutely fine. I'm glad that Sean gets to go on it and I can look at the exterior.
I'm excited to give it a go. Like, obviously, yeah, there's been a lot of people that have experienced it now, and I'm ready to give it my own thoughts and my own experience and see what it's going to be like. So come and join us as we head down to Tiana's. Another beautiful day to be here in Central Florida, enjoying Magic Kingdom. And we're just making our way now down to Tiana's Bayou Adventure through Frontierland, and you can see it just there in the distance. Now, of course, the attraction originally opened as Splash Mountain way back in 1992, and Splash Mountain was an incredible ride. It's one that I first got to experience here at Magic Kingdom back in 2014 when I first came here to Florida, and I'd heard so much about it over the years. Really one of the Disney rides that I was so excited to experience the most. Now, all of my Disney memories up until 2014 had been at Disneyland Paris. That was the only Disney resort I'd been to until I came here to Magic Kingdom and Walt Disney World in 2014. So I'd heard so much about Splash Mountain. I'd seen a lot of the local people that film vlogs here, and so many people that spoke about Splash Mountain and the memories of coming here. So when I first got to visit Magic Kingdom and experience it, it was quite emotional actually, because it's so much more than just a standard flume ride. It's a dark ride, it's a flume, it's a themed experience with so much to see. It really is. So it was quite emotional when I first came here and experienced it. And then of course Disney did announce quite a number of years ago now that they were going to be re-theming the attraction at some point. We didn't really hear anything for a while, and of course it stayed operating both here and also at Disneyland in California. And then it was January 2023 when Splash Mountain officially closed here, gave its last ride to Splash Mountain, ready for the re-theme to begin into Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And here we are. So we did get to see like the exterior of this. Like when we came last year in February, we kind of saw a bit of scaffolding and got our first looks at it. And then at Disneyland, of course, it was almost ready to open when we were there. So we kind of had a good feel for how it was going to look from the exterior here. And obviously you can still see a lot of the kind of Splash Mountain style of this attraction. The fact that, you know, it still looks like a mountain, except there's a lot more foliage on there now. Maybe a little bit too much foliage around the top up there for my liking. Obviously you used to have like the branches coming out and everything like that. It kind of looks like it needed a bit of a topper on there. I remember the original concept art that Disney brought out for Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and it was going to have like the tree up there and a boat, and it looked really cool, but sadly that did get cut back. So obviously, you know, it doesn't look quite as good as the original concept art, but still, you know, there's a lot of theming here to see, and it's got a lot of animatronics as well that I'm really excited for. This has always been one of my favourite places to stand here on the bridge and look at the boats coming past just there and seeing the big drop. That was the amazing thing about the design of Splash Mountain, the fact that, you know, you come around here towards the start of the ride and then you're looking at that big drop that you're going to go down right near the end of the attraction. But before that, there's so much more, and it's one of them, isn't it, for a first-time rider on Tiana's, like from out the front here, you think, oh, it's just quite a short ride, you know, it comes just up here and goes round, and that's the magic of like some of these older design Disney attractions. You know, there's so much hidden away, which I love. And obviously the ride system hasn't changed at all. It's still got the same number of drops and boats as it did before, but obviously now a lot more foliage here. Tiana's food sign just at the top there, employee owned, established 1927. And all these trees, yeah, none of these were here before. They've done a good job of all this. I think for me, it looks a little bit too, what's the word, like a bit too much maybe, with the foliage around here. I think what made Splash Mountain was it was a little bit more subtle. It was still, you know, beautiful to look at, but it didn't need like all these trees and things. You used to be able to see the rock work a lot more. Yeah, it just kind of, you know, I'm not too sure about how it fits in with like Frontierland, and obviously Big Thunder Mountain's just over there, closed at the moment for its refurbishment, but yeah, I'm just not sure on its position. I think at Disneyland it probably fits in a lot more there, because you've kind of got that New Orleans style area around there, you know. And just heading round now to the entrance of the attractions. Yeah, you've got the Frontierland train station just up there for the Walt Disney World Railroad, and the entrance is just on the left. Yeah, you can easily see it with the purple signage that they've got there, which is very bright. Yeah, aesthetically, it really does stick out in this area. Disabled entrance to the left, main entrance straight down. Oh, I love the railroad. So yeah, how the virtual queue works is that you join that virtual queue, you have to kind of refresh the app, swipe it, and then get your reservation on there. And then they give you a time to come back, like an estimate, but a group number, and that group number of mine has now been called. So you can see that on the right hand side, virtual queue, groups 48 through to 60. Yeah, here's the signage. Don't get me wrong, I think it looks really nice and everything like that. I'm just not too sure how, you know, it fits in with Frontierland. I mean, it just like the contrast, like look at that up there. You got the, you know, the beautiful Frontierland sign with all the colours and everything that look fantastic. And then down here, as much as the sign is gorgeous, like it's done really well, the purples and the blues, yeah, I'm just not really sure how it all fits with Frontierland, unless they've got something else planned in the long term. Obviously, we know there's going to be these changes to the rivers and a cars attraction, so maybe it's going to be like a gradual phase out of Frontierland. I'm not too sure. So they've done quite a lot of changes to the old queue line out here for Splash Mountain. Some of it looks quite similar, but then they've added quite a few new bits as well, some new lighting, and yeah, it looks really good. Something that I'm really excited for is the music. I loved the old soundtrack to Splash. However, there's some brilliant music for Princess and the Frog, so I'm excited to hear it on the ride. Got the car just over here. That's nice. Yeah, quite a lot to look at round in the queue line. Like with Splash, there was never really loads to see around here. So yeah, it's nice how they've put this out the front. And then you've got the mural up, which again looks beautiful. Doesn't really fit at all with kind of Frontierland and, you know, having the sign over there and the railroad. But still, you know, it's looking quite nice. Main entrance, Tiana's Foods. 50-foot plunge ahead. Love it. It is always exciting when you experience something for the first time. And I know this is only a re-theme, but still, it's that excitement of seeing new things and wondering what it's going to be like, you know. Tiana's Palace, and obviously that does exist at Disneyland, which is really cool.
Here's Dr. Jazz. Once again,
Looks like I picked the better day for doing this as well with the virtual queue, because like the other day when we were at Magic Kingdom and filmed the full park vlog, there was the queue all the way outside. So yeah, it's a better day for it today. I've actually got a photo of me stood right here with the old sign that used to be on there. Yeah, the old sign was a lot more detailed than that one. Oh wow, this is looking different up here now. So the queue's still following the same kind of route as it did before, but there's a lot of new theming to see in here. This is cool. All the pictures on the wall. Local dressmaker wins national competition. Yeah, I love the fact they've added all these little details in here. That's cool. Yeah, and the music's sounding great. Oh wow, look at this. So they kind of retained the building but added a lot more in here. There was never like any scenes like this before in the old queue. So this is cool. Some more pictures just up here. That's a good one. Love that. Signs about the salt mines there. Reserved for seasoned veterans. Low ceilings, mind your head.
Now, we didn't have to wait over there at Guardians of the Galaxy. I rode
TNT stories there. Safety first, nearly there in the loading area, which is fantastic. I've been waiting 5 minutes. That's how a virtual queue should be. And as much as I don't like virtual queues, I'm not a fan of that system. I'd much rather just be able to queue up, stand by, and get in the line. Because it's like when you've got a busy new attraction, you just wait in the line at the end of the day, don't you? You get in the queue like just before the ride close. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of virtual queues, but still, at least this is how it should be. You shouldn't have to wait too long. With Guardians of the Galaxy in Epcot, which is like 3 years ago and still on a virtual queue, you can wait still 45 minutes to an hour, so it's good that it's not like this on here. You got to think though, it is a very high capacity ride.
Hey y'all, for your safety, please keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle. Remain seated and super.
Loading area just down there.
Let the good times roll.
Yeah, I kind of feel like they've blocked this in a bit more around here than it was before. Total wait time of 7 minutes since joining the queue. Fantastic. I like how they've still kept the last chance to exit over here. That was a bit of a Splash Mountain classic. So you can just go up the stairs if you don't fancy going on but want to see the queue. Yeah, they've kept all the buildings around here and it's a lot more colourful now. There's a lot more greens and yellows around. As we go on board for the first time, I'm excited. The animatronics on here look awesome. I'm a huge lover of animatronics. I like the Princess and the Frog movie. I love the music. So I can't wait to see what they've done here. And here we go. Let's ride for the first time.
Don't forget to lower your lap bar.
Space in the boat sound, some nice music though. Here we go.
Hello? Any musicians down here who want to jam? The party's about to begin!
Did you bring your makeup? No. Yeah. What, is it everywhere? No, not yet. There's like the happy sunshine there. We're not gonna get wet. I know. No one's gonna get wet.
Really nice start so far. Loving the Tiana animatronic on the lift hill. And just that kind of chilled section round at the top, which is nice. Lots to see. And the music is beautiful. Let's go and head inside.
Now all these dishes out here are very hard cooking.
I would love for y'all to play at my party tonight.
Tiana, you were right. The Bayou's got just what we need.
I'm asking all of them to play at the party, but we've got to keep searching high and low.
Can I go?
Where'd they go? That was the back. We have to find them. Oh, it's so bad. So cute. These tiny musicians you found sure do bring the heat.
Cause the bigger you are, the bigger the splash you'll make at the party. We'll get there in no time.
Here we go. Hey. That was bad. Not too wet down in the back.
Just a little bit, Rad. Did you get wet? Yeah. Did you get wet? Yeah, a little bit. We chose the best seats. Next time we'll do it. Damn it, every time what you guys was in the movie. Yeah. She's the one that went to the heaven. Yeah. Well, naturally she died.
Yeah, her little butt like burned out.
Well, you've just joined me for my first ever ride on Tiana's Bayou adventure here at Magic Kingdom, and I have just walked down that exit with a huge smile on my face. I enjoyed that attraction so much. It definitely exceeded all of my expectations. I thought it was absolutely brilliant from start to finish. Of course, it's a long ride as well. It's almost 11 minutes station to station, and there is so much to see, and there's so much going on that ride. And debatably, I'd say there's even more to see now on there than there was on Splash Mountain. Now, I was a huge Splash Mountain. I was one of the biggest Splash fans, and I was really gutted when Disney said they were going to be retheming it and changing it. And of course, I love Princess and the Frog and Tiana and the music and everything. And I thought, you know what, it's going to be a good attraction, but I really didn't know about it taking over Splash Mountain. They have done a really, really good job of this. There was just so much to see all around. And it starts off with that build-up, nice and slow, and then you go up the lift hill, you see that animatronic of Tiana. And from that point on, I thought, you know what, you can tell they've done a really good quality job of this. I didn't know it was going to feel a little bit rushed, a little bit cheap. Bear in mind, it was only closed for just over a year for this retheme, which in the grand scheme of things, how long it takes Disney to build things sometimes, like Tron, like almost 5 years, and other projects around the world at Disney parks, it take a long time. So I was thinking, is this going to feel a little bit rushed? Is it not going to be up to the standard, the usual Disney standard and quality? Not at all. It definitely is. I loved it. And then of course, as soon as you made your way inside, what they've done in there is brilliant. The amount of animatronics is fantastic. Again, I was a little bit worried when it was announced that it was going to be very screen heavy and projections. Not at all. Yes, you have got them to complement the animatronics, but there's so many amazing animatronics in there. Mama Odie, amazing as well, which is brilliant. Of course, Lewis, which is featured numerous times, and it really tells that great story as you're going through the indoor scene. You see Lewis, you see Tiana, you see all Tiana's friends a lot of the times as you're going round. What I loved in there was like the twinkling lights that they've added in the ceiling, like with all the trees and everything going over the bayou. It was great. You actually felt like you were going down the bayou inside just there. But Lewis is amazing. Probably my favourite animatronic in there, and appearing multiple times. Along with like all the different critters around and the band and everything. They were fantastic. What I love with that indoor scene, it felt a lot darker than it used to be in terms of, not the storyline, but in terms of the actual lighting in there. Yeah, it felt a lot more immersive to match a lot more of the more modern Disney dark rides now. I loved the inside scene in Splash Mountain. But now, it's just a lot darker and a lot more immersive when you're going through there, which is fantastic. With the lighting, the animatronics and the music. I thought it was just done really well to a very high standard, which I very much enjoyed. Then of course you got the little drops inside. That was great. That's where you got your first view of Mama Odie, which was like a screen at the top, but it was very well done. It was quite subtle as well. Then because it was further away from where we were sat as the rider in the boat, it fit in quite nice with all the rock work there. And then of course dropping down into what used to be the laughing place. I'd heard quite a lot of reviews from Tiana, both here and at Disneyland, where people said there wasn't as much to see in there as the laughing place. I disagree. I think there was lots going on. There was plenty to see. Yes, there was some small animatronics, nothing huge in there, but you had some nice use of screens on the side and lighting. They kept like the water fountains like jumping over the boat, which was really cool. I enjoyed that a lot in there. But yeah, I didn't actually get that wet on any of it because I was sat at the back of the boat. I didn't get wet at all. I mean, you can see me here, like I'm hardly wet, just a few little sprinkles. You saw like after the main 50-foot plunge on the camera at the end, where I got a few little droplets on there, but not too much, you know. And then of course you climb up that final lift hill, Mama Odie, which is fantastic, and then dropping down, which is great. The drop's always fantastic. The ride system for Splash Mountain's always been amazing, and enjoyed that so much. Then you've got that little slower scene where there's not loads to see. There never was on Splash. You more just got the rock work, appreciate the beauty of the attraction, the waterfall on the right hand side, and then you're into the finale scene with Tiana's Palace, and there's so many animatronics in there, all the movements. That is certainly been done to a very high standard in there with lots to see all the way round, and I really enjoyed it. I thought the music throughout the attraction was great. I love the song what they've created for the end there. That was fantastic. fantastic. All your usual music you'd expect, like going down the bayou, and you know, it wasn't too full on. Like, it was just done beautifully. It's exceeded all my expectations. I love it to bits. The only only negative I can give for this is its location. The fact, you know, where it is here in Frontierland, the building, the colours, it just doesn't fit at all with the rest of Frontierland, in my opinion. And also as well, the look of it. Like, you probably heard at the start of the vlog, I was very sceptical about this one. I didn't know how it was going to go with me being like a big splash lover, you know. I didn't know how I was going to feel about it. And it's exceeded all my expectations. All them worries are gone. I can't wait to get another virtual queue and ride it again. But for me, the location and the look of it, I don't really like standing there, the look of it now. I think, you know, they've gone a bit too overkill with some of the planting and trees around it. I'm just not really a massive fan of that as well. I think they should have done a lot more work to the exterior there too. But that doesn't take away from how good the attraction is. When you're in the queue line and when you're on it, and like the queue line had so much to see, when you're on the attraction, from start to finish, it's 11 minutes of immersion. Amazing music, animatronics, the drops, the thrills. I loved it to bits, I really did. It's just the look of it and the location that I'm not a huge fan of. Splash Mountain certainly fit in a lot better in this location, but I guess it depends on what they're going to do with the rest of Frontierland here at Magic Kingdom. I can certainly see it fitting in a lot better at Disneyland. Obviously it's operating there too, it opened in November. I think it'll fit a lot better there than it does here at Magic Kingdom. But still, I really enjoyed it. The attraction was great. I can't wait to ride it again. It's kind of brought it more in line now with a lot more of Disney's dark rides, and I would class it more of a dark ride than anything, because all them indoor scenes are amazing now. I love the Lewis animatronic, Tiana, the music. It was so well done, and I'd love to know your thoughts down below in the video comments, so be sure to let me know if you've experienced this attraction. Oh, so much fun. We're just here now in the gift shop. Yeah, you got all the plushies just here and lots to see. Little play sets down there. Can't see loads of merchandise with the attraction on. Oh, these are quite nice. Oh, there we go. You've actually got the boat on there as well. It's like Disneyland's though, because obviously it's the single seater instead of the double like this. Yeah, Disneyland's is more of a log flume, traditional log flume style boat that you sit in. More merch. And yeah, great to just finally experience this attraction. I know a lot of people, you know, have already done it and film reviews and that sort of thing, but I always like giving my take on things, and yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. King K, it's just be nice if you could buy a beignet now, wouldn't it, when you get off? That's quite cool. Loving the hat just there. $29.99 embossed as well. Oh, shortcut to the Bayou, that's a good t-shirt. I like that, how it's got the ride on there. Brilliant. I think Charlotte will really enjoy that as well. When we come back later in the year, Charlotte will be able to experience that. T-shirts, hoodies, and even ears for Bayou Adventure as well. Fantastic. What a great attraction. Really, really enjoyed that a lot. I tell you what, though, it was a beautiful day for experiencing it. I think you're really going to like that, Charlotte.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to riding it later in the year. It looks so much fun, and even though you might get a little bit wet.
Yeah, well, I was at the back and I've hardly got anything.
That's the thing, if I go on this, I like to sit further back so you don't get too wet. Some people have been coming off soaked.
It's the front that can be a killer, because it comes over the front of the boat, you know.
So I just don't sit in the front when I go on it next time.
I like how Slinky's on your head again as well.
Slinky's on my head. It's nice when I sit off right, because I get chatting to people, which is really nice. Like chatting to other like mums-to-be, which is lovely.
Yeah. Having a nice conversation, weren't you? There you go, Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Great to finally ride it, you know, after years of waiting really, since them first concept art, it was announced, and you know, the openings that we missed here and at Disneyland. It was nice just to finally get on it, and you know what, I really enjoyed it. I just feel like this view here, you know, doesn't match up to the inside, if that makes sense. You know, like the outside here looks a little bit over the top, a little bit cheap, I think, in places, and then the inside is just done so well. Great to ride it, really good. Oh, what a beautiful day for going down the bayou. Very much enjoyed Tiana's Bayou adventure. So much more than I thought I was going to. A fantastic addition here to Magic Kingdom. As much as I'm not too keen on the placement of it here in Frontierland, I guess, you know, this is all going to be changing, isn't it? In a few years' time, or whenever Disney decide these rivers are going. So I guess it all depends what they're going to do with the rest of Frontierland, doesn't it, really? And see how it's all going to fit in more around here. Are they maybe going to add some more like New Orleans buildings around here, or expand more on the theme, or not? I guess we'll find out really what happens in the future. But as an attraction, I loved it from start to finish, and I hope that you enjoyed joining me for my first ever ride on there, full on-ride POV. I'll certainly be having a couple more rides on there whilst we're here this trip. Make sure I get up early at 7 AM to get the virtual queue, but no, it's been fantastic and really enjoyed it. Of course, if you haven't already, make sure you check out our full park vlog here from Magic Kingdom. We've also filmed one from Disney's Hollywood Studios, and of course we've still got Animal Kingdom and Epcot to come as well, so stay tuned for those. And talking a bit of New Orleans, we're going to be going to Universal Mardi Gras as well in a few days time. So we're back down the Universal Orlando Resort. Obviously we did film a lot of Universal vlogs a couple of weeks back before we went on our cruise, and obviously the cruise series you can see over on the Sandbrook Adventures, but we will be back down at Universal for Mardi Gras as well. So lots still to come from our trip here to Florida and the beautiful sunshine, and that leaves me with one final thing to say. Get out there and keep on riding. See you in the next vlog.